So here's a thought. Do you think we need a PhD to run these things, these bodies, these vessels? It's interesting to me that those who reverse the irreversible and cure the incurable do so with no medical intervention, or very little. So often at the start they do the medical intervention and then they discover the holistic way, the natural way, the nature's way to heal from the inside out. So here's kind of how I look at it. We went from a sperm and an egg into these fully fledged beings. We're like walking miracles. But we have to know if the body falls out of balance. So I often refer to the body's symptoms much like warning lights on the car dashboard. And, you know, if your car breaks down, you want to take it to a mechanic so the mechanic can fix it at the root cause. So the light naturally turns off. It's really no different for the human body, at least this is how I see it and how we see it in the holistic natural health space. We need to figure out what is creating the symptom, what is creating the chronic symptom. And from a simplistic standpoint, I don't think the fundamentals of the human body are that tricky to understand. I think it's complex. Inflammation it's not actually a very complicated topic when you really think about it. What creates it? Well, first of all, what is inflammation? It's your body's or immune system's response to a threat on the body. It's either a physical threat or it's a perceived threat in the case of chronic stress, or it's actually deficiency of essential cell fuels, oxygen, water, nutrients. We must be able to detoxify daily. We need sleep, we need to ground, we need sunlight. Often, some people are deficient in 1 or 2 or 3 or more of those fuels, and more often than not, there are toxins involved creating the inflammation. So we can actually use our symptoms to investigate what's going on. It's quite an empowering way of looking at it, isn't it? Rather than think we have a genetic disease or an incurable disease. What if we get to investigate what is creating the symptoms in the first place? That's really what I've been doing for the last 9 years or so. And by the way, I had no intention to ever work in this field. It was accidental. The eczema I was experiencing was like my wake-up call, if you will. And I see it as a gift because it actually provided me with a whole new way of doing things, which are so empowering. And once we step into this world, I've just discovered more and more and more about the human body, that doors that were closed before, or not even in my existence, they began to open up. They never existed before. They weren't in my awareness. So, pretty exciting journey. If this is intriguing to you, I've actually started the Vitality Code community. If that's of interest to you, check the link on my profile and you will see it. I'll leave you with this. Your body's ability to heal is greater than you have ever been allowed to believe.